Polarized receptacles are designed to ensure that electrical plugs can only be inserted in one direction. This polarization is a crucial safety feature, helping to prevent electrical shock and ensure proper operation of electrical devices. A receptacle tester is a valuable tool for identifying wiring issues in electrical outlets, including problems with polarization. If a receptacle tester indicates a problem with a polarized receptacle, it's essential to take corrective action to ensure electrical safety. Several articles and resources provide information on polarized receptacles, their function, and how to address common issues. Firstly, the Electrical Safety Foundation International offers an article on electrical safety, polarized receptacles, and plugs. This resource explains the importance of polarization and provides information on how to maintain safe electrical connections. Secondly, the Spruce provides information on polarized plugs and receptacles, explaining how they work and how to identify potential problems. Thirdly, Handyman Pro discusses polarized receptacles, explaining what they are and why they matter for electrical safety. Fourthly, Home Guides from SF Gate offers instructions on how to test a polarized outlet using a receptacle tester. Fifthly, Inspectopedia provides safety facts about polarized receptacles, including potential hazards and how to prevent them. When a receptacle tester indicates a problem with the polarized receptacle, several corrective actions can be taken. The first step is to replace the polarized receptacle with the new one. This ensures that the receptacle is in good working condition and that the polarization is functioning correctly. When replacing a receptacle, it's crucial to turn off the power to the circuit at the circuit breaker panel to prevent electrical shock. After turning off the power, carefully remove the old receptacle and disconnect the wires. Connect the wires to the new receptacle, ensuring that the black wire is connected to the brass terminal, the white wire is connected to the silver terminal, and the ground wire is connected to the green terminal. Once the wires are connected, secure the new receptacle in the electrical box and replace the cover plate. After replacing the receptacle, use a receptacle tester to verify that it is wired correctly and that the polarization is functioning properly. If the receptacle tester still indicates a problem, further investigation may be necessary. The second corrective action is to check the wiring of the circuit to ensure it is properly connected. Incorrect wiring is a common cause of problems with polarized receptacles. To check the wiring, turn off the power to the circuit at the circuit breaker panel. Carefully remove the receptacle from the electrical box and inspect the wires for any signs of damage, such as frayed insulation or loose connections. Use a multimeter to test the voltage between the wires and the ground. The voltage between the black wire and the ground should be approximately 120 volts in a standard 120 volt circuit. The voltage between the white wire and the ground should be close to 0 volts. If the voltage readings are not as expected, there may be a wiring problem. Check the connections at the circuit breaker panel to ensure that the wires are properly connected. Also, check the wiring at other receptacles and switches on the same circuit to ensure that they are properly wired. The third corrective action is to make sure the plug is inserted correctly into the receptacle. Polarized plugs have one blade that is wider than the other, which ensures that they can only be inserted into the receptacle in one direction. If a polarized plug is forced into a receptacle in the wrong direction, it can damage the receptacle and create a safety hazard. Always make sure that the plug is inserted correctly into the receptacle before using an electrical device. The fourth corrective action to take is, if the issue persists, contact a qualified electrician for further inspection. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, or if the problem persists after taking the above corrective actions, it's important to contact a qualified electrician for further inspection. An electrician has the knowledge and experience to diagnose and repair electrical problems safely and effectively. Electrical work can be dangerous, and it's always best to err on the side of caution when dealing with electricity. Remember that electrical codes and regulations vary depending on your location. It's important to consult with a qualified electrician or local building inspector to ensure that all electrical work is performed in accordance with applicable codes and regulations. Here are some additional points to consider regarding polarized receptacles. Polarized receptacles are typically found in homes and buildings built after the 1960s. Older homes may have non-polarized receptacles, which do not have the same safety features as polarized receptacles. If you live in an older home with non-polarized receptacles, it's recommended to have them replaced with polarized receptacles by a qualified electrician. Ground fault circuit interrupters, also known as GFCIs, are another important safety feature for electrical receptacles. GFCIs are designed to protect against electrical shock by detecting ground faults and interrupting the flow of electricity. GFCIs are typically required in areas where there is a risk of water exposure, such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor areas. When replacing a receptacle, it's a good idea to consider installing a GFCI receptacle in areas where it is required or recommended. Arc fault circuit interrupters, also known as FCIs, are another type of circuit breaker that can help to prevent electrical fires. FCIs are designed to detect arc faults, which are dangerous electrical conditions that can cause fires. FCIs are typically required in bedrooms and other areas where people sleep. When upgrading your electrical system, it's a good idea to consider installing FCIs to protect against electrical fires. Surge protectors are devices that protect electrical equipment from voltage spikes. Voltage spikes can damage sensitive electronic equipment, such as computers, televisions, and appliances. Surge protectors are typically plugged into electrical receptacles and provide multiple outlets for connecting electrical equipment. When using electronic equipment, it's a good idea to use a surge protector to protect against voltage spikes. Extension cords should be used with caution. Extension cords can be a convenient way to provide power to electrical devices, but they can also be a safety hazard if used improperly. Never overload an extension cord by plugging too many devices into it. Also, never run an extension cord under rugs or furniture, as this can create a fire hazard. Inspect extension cords regularly for any signs of damage, such as frayed insulation or loose connections. If an extension cord is damaged, replace it immediately. Electrical safety is an important consideration for any homeowner or building occupant. By understanding the function of polarized receptacles and taking corrective action when problems are identified, you can help to ensure the safety of yourself and others. Remember to consult with a qualified electrician or local building inspector if you have any questions or concerns about electrical safety. The information provided here is for general informational purposes only and should not be considered as professional advice. Always consult with a qualified electrician or other professional for specific advice related to your electrical system.